Sandeep, if you can see me and hear me, please confirm. My voice and volume are okay.
We're good.
Sandeep, do mention in the group not to use the live stream link as well shared yesterday, because that was
Sure.
only for yesterday.
No
And
problem.
we'll won't share the live stream link of today now. Only if Zoom comes to a certain capacity, we'll do that. Okay.
Understand. All right.
Thanks. All right. Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Inner Child Healing Masterclass. Before we go forward, I would like to explain to you the protocol. First and foremost, if you are attending for the first time today, that is, you did not attend yesterday, then I would like to tell you that the session is in English. I would not be able to speak in other languages due to the international nature of the audience. The second thing I would like to tell you is that the focus of the session is going to be on the group process and not on any kind of Q&A or personal consultation. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is very simple. If you have a question, don't type it in the Q&A or the chat box. Write it down in your notepad or your journal. Wait for all the classes to get over. And if your question is still not answered and it's a burning question, then you can definitely ask me the question personally on WhatsApp. We will not be taking it in the group session because it might be out of context for the rest of the group. Last but not the least, these days sometimes our WhatsApp groups get blocked. So we have an emergency access link. Yesterday we had some issue with our Zoom account as well, so we had to change that. So anyway, things like that could happen, which is why we have an emergency access link. And sometimes our WhatsApp group also gets blocked. They give the message, group no longer available. People mistakenly assume that we have deleted the group. But what happens is the WhatsApp AI sometimes blocks things automatically. And we then have to manually request the WhatsApp authorities. Blocking is automated, but unblocking is manual. So when they see our message and see what we're doing in the group, they unblock it. They always unlock it in a couple of hours, maybe sometimes 10 to 12 hours. But if it happens just before a class and your only access to links is in the group, and if just because it says group no longer available, you quit the group, then you might lose access. Okay. Or if there is something we can't communicate to you through WhatsApp for whatever reason, this is the link where the information will be updated. Sandeep, is the new Zoom link also updated on the alternate access page?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to share the alternate access link with you. Just copy and keep it. Give me a minute. Huh? All right. That being said, let me explain to you the flow of the masterclass, which I had explained yesterday. So the others know it. I'll explain it to you as well. Yesterday, we focused on inner child healing and understanding what inner child healing is. It was the first step to that. Today, we are going to focus on understanding our mother wounds, which is the starting point of either how your feminine energy is defined, created, or how it dissipates. There's a lot more to feminine energy than that, but this is a starting point. Also, when you talk about mother wounds, they directly impact your relationship with your body, feeling of unconditional love or belonging anywhere in the world, actually, not just in a relationship, and your feeling of peace. Okay. Tomorrow we'll be focusing on the father wounds, feeling deeply safe, loved, relationships that are of a romantic nature or your spouse kind of relationship, relationships with children as well, and financial abundance. It is affected by your relationship with your father. This is now the first three sessions are focusing on understanding. Okay. The most important session of the masterclass is session number 4, which is on Thursday. Thursday's session is an exclusive session. It's a free session. It's a live only session. There'll be no recordings. There are going to be limited number of people. Yesterday itself, people could not access Zoom. So, and on Thursday, definitely, it's going to be, there are going to be no recordings of Thursday's session. There are limited seats. It's a free session where it's exclusive. And the registration form for that will be shared with you today before the ending of the session. And fill it up, because on first come first serve basis, before you leave today, towards the end of the session, fill it up so you do not miss out on it and are able to access the session. Okay. The difference between the other sessions and Thursday's session will be this: the other sessions are focused on understanding. On Thursday, I'll give you a taste of deep healing. In fact, even earlier you'll get it, but on Thursday, I will tell you how you can completely change your life. Right now, we're just looking at understanding, little experience, but Thursday will be an introduction to deep healing, how to completely change your life forever. So ensure before you leave today, you fill the registration form for Thursday. Okay. Thank you. All right. That being said, now it is time to move into today's class, which is going to focus on the mother wounds. So I spoke about this briefly yesterday. This I don't need to explain again. But now I want to give you some examples and explain what exactly this so-called mother wound is. In fact, I will show you the starting point of it. Okay. It can go very deep. That's a different point. So we are just going to start. Okay. Where exactly did this start coming from? Okay. So now let me give you an example. Now let us say there are two people who are in love. These are the parents of a child. Okay. They're in love, but they are not married. The mother comes to know that she is pregnant. Now, the first thought she has is, oh my God, I don't want this child. It's such a burden. In fact, it's a disgrace. What will people say to me? She may not be thinking about the child. She might be thinking about the pregnancy. Okay, itself. Now, you might have heard about the power of the subconscious mind. Okay, so most of you would have heard it. Before a child is at a certain age, whatever is said is absorbed by the child. But you know what? This is much before even that. Some people are asking for the registration form link. after the class before I close the webinar. Okay, which means after the explanation and the process. So, yes. So now, so the mother is feeling burdened, ashamed, disgusted, maybe scared. Now, you know what? This is when not even the child's, forget subconscious mind, even the mind is not yet formed. But does that mean the child is not understanding what is happening or the child will not be affected? Absolutely not. In fact, the greatest impact can be at this point because whatever thoughts and experiences the mother has directly become the seeding thoughts biochemically of the DNA, which means chemically in the child's DNA, it's first because there is no separation, science shows, between the child cannot really separate right now. Forget conscious, subconscious mind is not there, right? So the child cannot separate between mother's thoughts, my thoughts, etc. Directly in the DNA, I am unwanted, I am a burden, and the fear the mother is feeling get embedded into the child. Now, if the thought that welcomes a child into the earth is, I am unwanted, I am a burden, and the child feels extremely afraid, this is the thought that is going to rule the child's life. Can you imagine what kind of a life this child will have? In fact, it will not be surprising, even if the child, whatever goes wrong in the child's life, it will not be surprising if this is what happened. Let me give you a different example. Let's say, okay, so the mother is not, so let's say the parents are married. That's not an issue in this case. But they are very angry while having sex. And they have this habit of, so called, as they say, making love, and then the emotions that are associated with intimacy are pressure, or you don't have good communication skills, so you want to use your body to just release it. What kind of emotions do you think the child will be born with, and what will be their relation to emotions? Let me give you some more examples. I won't give you too many, but let me give you some. Okay. 4th month, 4th day, when the child is in the womb, this is when the combination of the soul and mind is believed to enter the body. Okay. Now, suppose if the mother is feeling that I want to run away. Okay. This thought gets very powerfully embedded into the child. And you know what? It will be absolutely unsurprising if the child eats this much when it grows up as an adult, but the weight does not go beyond this. It's not healthy being slim. It is so much lean that it becomes unhealthy. Even low BP may be there. Whatever they eat, it's always as if they're weak. You know why? Because the thought of the mother, in fact, the whole chemistry from head to toe of the mother was, I want to run away as soon as the child is born. From this man, I want to run away, or from this family, I want to run away. So, everything in the chemistry of the child is geared to run away. and convert everything to energy. If I'm fat, I can't run, right? So I have to be very thin. Unhealthy is fine. If I die also, it's fine, but I cannot be fat. I cannot even be healthy because I have to run. This is evolutionary. This is not thought based. This is the body. Okay. And you know why this is happening? Why should the body do it this way? Because these things were created when people used to be in jungles. Now, if a tiger is running after someone all the time, the child needs to be able to run fast. It's a matter of survival. Unfortunately, relationships not going well and a tiger running at us. The way most of us process it is the same. The way we act is as if a tiger is running after us. And a child who does not understand anything takes it as an evolutionary command to the DNA. Okay, last example. I don't want to make this a difficult time. Now, let's say mother, father are okay. They wanted the child. Mother, father are both there with the child. They welcome it happily into the family. I mean, they're ready to welcome it happily into the family. The child is born. Okay. And just as the child, and they did not try to determine the gender because the parents are okay. They don't care. So now the child comes into the hands of the grandmother. Now the grandmother doesn't say anything, but her expressions, her thoughts, her energy, the way she holds her child or the grandchild, it's like a girl, huh? She wanted a boy. This is enough for the child to define its concept of how welcome or unwelcome girls are in the world. Now, some of you will say, but the child doesn't understand anything. No. Why do you think children pick up languages like this? Because they don't understand anything, but they absorb everything. That is when they are young. This is just born. So ability to absorb is much higher. Everything is energetically absorbed. Not even most things, everything is absorbed. No understanding, but energetically they get everything. So it's a big misconception that children don't understand. Because they don't understand, they absorb everything. And that does the most horrible impact you can imagine. At least if they understood, they could filter out. But they don't understand, so everything goes inside. After the age of 7, 10, whatever, 15, as they grow, then it's different. Even then it affects. But here there is no defense at all. Right? Forget subconscious. Conscious mind is also not formed. It's just one soupy thing. Just one primitive kind of. Okay. Now, how many of you feel that all of this has either your parents knowingly or unknowingly, or you to your children have done an absolute number, or you feel that this is really interesting and very insightful and a very fresh perspective, different perspective? If you feel that, type me in the chat box. Hmm. All right. So I want to tell you something. Even if you feel your parents have done wrong things to you, You are the creator of your own reality. Everyone else is the creator of their own reality. Energetically, before being born, you choose the womb that you're going to be born. How it happens, I explained that in the advanced session because it requires a lot of different kind of understanding. And your children, they have their own understanding of karma, they have their own plan, they have their own things to sort out. Your children also chose you, knowing energetically what kind of parents you are. The womb is chosen accordingly. So, what does that mean for you? What can be done to heal it? We will do that. That's a different point. But first comes the understanding. Now, the understanding to create here is since you chose, free your parents of the burden of their so called mistakes that you perceive. They did not know, or that's the best they could do. Intellectually, make it a point to release. Emotionally, energetically, obviously, you need work. But first thing is intellectually. If intellectually say you can't forgive, then what you're going to do is, if you don't forgive, where will it be? It will become poison and it will be in your body and it will create disease. So it's your choice. Either forgive or fall sick. No third choice. And with your children, even simpler. You created the drama. So when the drama comes back to you, you say, okay, rather than being angry, upset, etc. Okay, I created this drama in some way. The least I can do is not be upset, even if I don't participate in it. Okay? This is at an intellectual level. Energetically, etc. You have to do a lot that's different. So we'll be going very deep into the healing in the advanced session, which I'll explain to you about on Thursday. And there'll also be a very powerful process that we'll be experiencing for this on Thursday. But today, even before that, to create understanding, we are going to experience something else. And before we go into this process, I want to tell you something. It is not what happened, but it is how you hold in your mind what happened that creates your reality. It is not what happened, but the story, the meaning you give to it, the conclusions you draw that create your reality. It is not what happened, but it is as you see it in your mind, which will create your reality. Why am I telling you this? I want you to understand it's not about what happened, but how you hold it, how you see it, and how you perceive it. That is going to affect not your past, not your present, but also your future. Remember this as we go into today's process. If you get stuck with this is not how it factually happened, you will not be able to grasp the healing that we're going to do today. Okay? Wonderful. All right. So I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to share the WhatsApp group link and the emergency access link once again for those of you who haven't copied it down. If you didn't join the WhatsApp group, join it down. If you haven't copied the emergency access link, copy it. In the meanwhile, I'll get you some music and we shall commence the process. Oh. Sandeep, can you confirm how is the volume of the music? You want it louder, softer, or is it perfect?
We're good.
We're good. All right. I want you all now to close your eyes. We are going to experience a process to heal, rather to understand and take the first step towards healing. A mother wound and the cracks in our feminine energy. Whether you're a man or a woman, or you identify with a different gender, a balance, the right balance of feminine and masculine energy is critical for each of us. I want you now to close your eyes if you haven't done so yet. And just relax. It can be difficult to think of, let alone heal. Our connection to our parents, especially if they're not around anymore. Or we're not close to them anymore. Now imagine yourself as a resourceful and capable adult sitting in a movie theater watching the life of your mother. Allow it to go back to the time when your mother was a little girl. A younger version of yourself, of herself, in the safety and comfort of your mind. Understand comprehend what is her view of the world, what is going on in her life. If there are any children around, notice where she lived. Whether her family was rich or poor, whether life for her was easy or was it hard. Imagine for just a moment stepping into that movie, step into her life, breathe through her lungs. How did it feel to be her? Did she feel safe? Did she feel loved by her parents and significant people around her? Did she have a sense of belonging and feel like she mattered? Ask yourself, what she was deciding was true for herself and her world? And gently return. When you feel ready, to your older self, watching life unfold for your mother again. Notice any patterns repeating, any pain you have taken on. You can make it better for her by making her more resourceful as you begin to imagine a second movie where she is born in a home filled with loving parents, standing behind with open arms as she comes into the world. And here's these words in a language or in a way that she understands energetically. Welcome to the world, little one. We are so glad you're here. Little girls are usually and many times unsafe. Add any resources needed. Imagine she's surrounded by people who love and protect her. Sense deep in her bones that she is loved. She can express herself. For who she is, and that expression is honored. Add any words of love, support, and encouragement needed. Any adjustments in the safety and comfort of her life so it becomes the best possible one till now. And when you're ready, begin to grow her up in a new experience of life where she is safe, loved, stronger, more open, growing into adolescence, beautifully supported, now into her young adult years, feeling so supported and loved. and you stop right before the moment you were born. Reimagine this. She's growing up strong, open, loving, safe and supported. Stronger, open, loving, safe and supported. And when you're ready, allow yourself to return to the theater as you allow it all to come get together now. The two images of your mother are here now. Look at the mother who raised you and say to her, "Dear mother, I am so sorry for all that you have struggled with, all the opportunities you missed, everything you expected but did not get. With all my heart, I wish it were different or I could make it better. But this is not my pain. I now return it. You can return it too and let go of it. For this is not the truth of you," say to her, as you notice and introduce the two versions now to each other. As you point towards the mother who you've seen now grow up in front of you just now. Say to the mother who raised you, "This is the truth of you, and the truth of you from now and forever lives in every cell of my body only as blessings and nothing else. Give me the blessing, and we'll thrive happily in life." And now allow the two versions of your mother to merge into one another. Allow the mother who raised you to receive all the love, support, and resources needed. Allow yourself to come back to the moment before you were born. And now imagine being born in a world of love and safety where everyone loves you. And the first words you hear are, "Welcome to the world, little one. We are so glad you're here." Allow yourself to receive all of that love. Allow it to infuse every cell of your being. And when you feel ready, begin to grow yourself back up. With all the resources that come with a supporting mother who has a hand on your shoulder as you grow up. From being a toddler, fully supported as you head off slowly and gradually to school, and then making your own way through life. But always safe and supported. As you grow through your teen years, allow yourself to feel this resourceful support of a supportive mother. Growing to a young adult, all the way now to your current age, fully supported. Repeat the feeling, the imagery. Run it in your mind again. Once more now, deeply supported by a resourceful mother, entering this moment now full of love and safety. The whole experience of you is welcome here, just as you are. And you here? Welcome to the world, little one. We are so glad you're here. And as you hear these words, slowly and gently, very gradually open your eyes, but do not move. Feel this energy now with your eyes open. How many of you had a fantabulous experience? Type me in the chat box if you absolutely loved it. So I want to tell you all something now. Something important. When your feminine energy, which is basically the part of you that deals with softness, beauty, nourishment, understanding, concern, compassion, when that is wounded, someone who doesn't speak up for themselves, who is codependent, feels victimized all the time, seeks validation, gives too much, does not receive, feels desperate, insecure, people pleasing, but not getting anything in return, obviously, uncontrolled emotions, manipulative because they're afraid to be honest, they have a difficult time with boundaries, overcompensates, and feels drained. This and many other things can happen. The actual transformation happens not just through understanding, but when you move from the wounded feminine to the empowered feminine. Similar thing with the masculine, but here from the wounded feminine to the empowered feminine, which is confident, enjoys creating, speaking the truth. Boundaries, she understands, or the feminine part of you understands that boundaries improve relationships, they don't spoil it. You understand how to lay them, you understand, not just understand, you will be able to create them with ease, be authentic, loving, vulnerable without feeling this pain, without screwing up everything, easy to ask for help, receptive to healing, vulnerable in the right way, not just not vulnerable, supportive, confident, being able to get everything you want in life. That will happen when you start moving towards the empowered feminine. I'll show you the way how you can do that. I'll tell you more about it in Thursday's session. But like I told you, Thursday's session is an exclusive session. It's a live only session, no recordings of Thursday's session. It's a free session, but it has limited seats. And you have to fill up the form for it right now, register for it, because I don't want people who have not done the first 2 days, who don't understand what is going on, to come on Thursday. And sometimes these days, Zoom gets full, and definitely on Thursday's session, Zoom will get full. And there won't be any YouTube live on Thursday. So I'm going to share a form. You have to fill it right now before leaving. And I'll ensure that those of you who fill up the form right now, before leaving the webinar, that you will be able to attend Thursday's session. So I'm going to share it in the chat box. Fill it up right now. Sandeep, I've shared it. Can you just confirm? Haven't received form yesterday as well, because I did not share it yesterday. It's only being shared right now, and you have to fill it now. Okay. It's not any time you come, you can fill it. That's why it was not shared yesterday. I want to see who was there on day one, came back on day two. Even if you missed day one, at least you're here till the end on day two. I want to see that, right? Before I say, okay, you'll definitely be allowed in the Thursday session. Okay. So everyone who's filling up the form right now, I'll ensure that you're able to attend Thursday's session. Okay. All right. Sandeep, can you confirm if it is in the Zoom chat? So please don't say you have not received it. I've shared it right now. Sandeep, can you just confirm the form is opening and people are filling it? I see a couple of comments saying the form is not
Yes,
opening.
yes. It's opening fine. Absolutely.
All
I'm
right.
able to see people filling it up.
Okay, I'll just give them a moment to fill it up. I'll be back in a moment, Sandeep.
Sure, no problem. We already have 100 seats full. Thank you. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Vijaya. Thank you, Vidhi. Thank you, Subhashri. Thanks, Neha. Thank you, Mr. Ravi Bhatia. Can't open it. We already have more than now 160 people who have filled up. So I'm sure the link is opening and filling up. Maybe it's, oh my God, it's already 228. It's quite possible that people, because of the overload, just wait for a couple of minutes, try again. The same link should open.
Okay, just give. Okay. All right. I'll give you a few more seconds.
Actually, more than 200 people trying simultaneously. The link sometimes may not open. Have patience, click again, it will open.
So you'll just get a thank you. Thank you. You'll just get a thank you page. It's us for us internally. You're not going to get any confirmation other than the thank you. Yeah. Quick check on the numbers, Sandeep. Are they going up?
It's 286 and counting.
Okay, we'll wait for some time.
A couple of minutes.
We'll see if the others are able to fill now. Or it's still causing some issue.
No, the form link is opening fine. Checking again. Shruti, I suggest that we put the link on the VIP form already in the emergency access page. You share it in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's already in the emergency access space.
All
I'll
right.
do one thing. I'm sharing the WhatsApp group link. Okay.
And you'll share.
I'm going to share the form in the WhatsApp group immediately. Yeah. So I'm sharing the VIP form also in the WhatsApp group, but I want you to fill it up immediately within the next 5-10 minutes. Once I close this webinar, even if you're not able to do it now, please fill it up at least by 10:15. I'm going to ensure that everyone who fills it up today will get access to Thursday's session. They'll not face a constraint due to capacity on Thursday. Please join the WhatsApp group immediately, because if you join it later, then you will not be able to see the form. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to share the form immediately in the group. As soon as or wait, I can do that now as well. Okay. Some of you might be attending the session on the phone, right? So I'll do one thing. As soon as I close, I'll share it in the chat box in a few seconds. But once I close the webinar, please immediately join the WhatsApp group if you have not been able to do so yet. Sandeep, are we good to close for the day?
We are going to close.
Okay. Please remember. Okay. So the WhatsApp link that was shared today is going to work for the rest of the days. Yesterday's link had some issues, so we had to change it. The WhatsApp group link shared today will work for the rest of the days. Thursday's session is the most important session, limited seats. Ensure whatever happens, you attend live on Thursday. Okay. But to qualify for that, you have to fill up the form. So fill up the form immediately, please. Okay. As soon as we close this, if you have not done it yet. Okay. And after us posting in the group, if you're still having a problem with the form, WhatsApp us the word VIP to the support number. And the support number is 9030017293. Okay. Only in case you're not able to see the link in the WhatsApp group. Otherwise, you don't need to WhatsApp us right now. Okay. Good to close, Sandeep.
We are good.
Okay. I'm closing now and sharing in the next 10 seconds the VIP form also in the WhatsApp group, but it's first come, first serve basis. So fill it immediately if you haven't been able to fill it to qualify for Thursday's session. All right. Bye-bye.